out here because I've always wanted to see Mongolia. I was in Tibet a few years ago, so it's a great experience just to be on the train. Amazing scenery.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm the Canadian contingent on this trip. I'm 25.
You were in Kansas, yeah? Kansas is known for its grasslands and its prairies.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenery that looks like Kansas.
Enjoying the train ride?
Excellent train ride, having a great time.
What do you enjoy most about it?
That I'm in Mongolia finally.
It takes 24 hours to drive from Ubi to the far northern town of Moron across the trackless steppes. Negotiating a lift for a group of 8 was a true challenge. But with the time to observe how the locals did it, a touch of patience and a sense of humour, we eventually negotiated a ride with a family in a now seriously overcrowded Russian van. Our guides, Hishke and Yimka, sons of the head park ranger, were not only a great source of information, they were also a lot of fun, great company and happy to share in cultural exchanges.
Oh, great! Okay, there we go. Giddy up! Perfect. Yo! Choo! It doesn't work. Choo! Yeah. Choo! Choo! He's grunting! He's grunting!
Alright, in the back of the most bumpiest bus I've ever been in, possibly in the worst seat as well, because I'm trying to avoid the screw over here, which is dangerously close to impaling the back of my head. The drivers, what can I say, they're absolute morons, because that's where we picked them up from, in this town called Moron, which is evidently speaks for itself, because there's some flatter ground over there, but they've decided to ride on this bouncy piece over here, because if they stray too fast from the road, too far from the road, they seem to get lost, as happened most of last night. Indeed, for about 2 hours we were probably like circling around the mountain in about a circle. It's the only thing that really makes up for this whole thing is the scenery. As for the rest, I think we should be at our destination in a few hours. I can't wait to have a shower.
How long have we been on the road?
We've been on the road now for about 26 hours.
It's been remarkable getting out into the countryside, into the mountains where
very few people go. And you'd think traveling 12 hours a day in a Jeep, all of us crowded, all of our stuff through mountains might get a little tedious or boring, but it's not at all, because every day is different. And I remember my first day riding on the Jeep, where we can sit on top because there's a spare tire sitting up there, and riding through the roads where there were no people, there were no shops, there were no billboards, no nothing. And I remember thinking that this mountain range over here was Pakistan, and just a little south of where I was India. And I was riding through, and I was thinking, you know, how did I ever get here, and what things led to me being here, because I love it and it's great. And I think everyone who has ridden on top of the Jeep or the truck has felt the same way, that it's totally exhilarating to be in such a far corner of the world, and knowing that our destination is this magical mountain where we're going to see a lot of pious pilgrims.
Land of mountains. Land of the kings. Land of mountains.
With any film production, time is money and schedules must be adhered to. Travelling overland through Tibet is difficult for most of the year, as it is snowbound and frozen. The months of August and September gave us our chance. Having crossed the roof of the world in a most arduous of journeys, we finally reached the Tibetan capital of Lhasa.